you want to ask any question, you are most welcome.
Hello, Maharaji. Uh, can you hear me all right? Uh, I asked, I'm I'm still having a little difficult time feeling the presence of the Master. I believe I have been feeling it, but then it seems to go away, and my mind doubts that feeling. And I guess what I'd like to do is to be able to really solidly feel the Master, so I just know that, and I can take that into my meditation. It'd be easier for me to there's something to hold on to while I'm doing the Simran. And I'm wondering if there's anything that I could do to be more receptive to the feelings of the Master.
How does you feel the feeling of the Master?
How do I?
Yes?
I would say it's enjoying being in the presence of the Master. There's an enjoyment that I feel.
Then
Uh,
what is your problem then?
I think my mind tends to discount that, or I'll forget it, and then I'll say, I don't even know whether I had that feeling. I know I've written down those feelings in a book, and so when I read the book, it's or a little notebook, and then so it's there. It's funny how that works. That I'll just forget it.
You see, everything comes from within. Nothing comes from outside. It has to be built by meditation. It has to be strengthened by meditation.
So I even if I don't have those feelings in meditation, just to keep doing meditation, and then that'll be strengthened.
Meditation brings those feelings. It springs up from that meditation. It strengthens that meditation strengthens those feelings.
I see.
It grows by the meditation.
Great. And if I don't feel in my meditation to concentrate on the words themselves that I've been given.
It means your mind is wandering outside.
Oh, I see. All right.
With the help of Simran, try to bring it to the eye center.
Right. Thank you.
Master, can you hear me?
Yes, please.
I know you don't like talking about birthdays any more than I do, but since I'll be 80 years old pretty soon, and I have so many karmas that I built up in this life that I know about, and I don't think I'm going to have that much time to burn them all up, so I'm wondering how many more lives I have to take care of to burn these karmas of this life, and what about the ones of millions of lives back?
Sister, instead of analyzing your past or future or present, make best use of the present. Attend to your meditation and leave it to the Father.
And with the meditation, after 12 years, I've never seen the light, I've never heard a sound, I've never seen the...
Meditation has its own advantage whether you hear it or whether you don't see it or whether you don't hear it.
And when I meditate, even though I don't see or hear anything, am I burning off that trash?
Meditation has its own advantage, I say.
Mm-hmm. So I just go on meditating and...
We have no other way.
Hope for the best. Thank you.
Can you hear me, Father? I've been asked to get your explanation of how we recognize an attachment. When we get attachments that interfere with our spiritual progress, what are the signs, or how do we recognize the attachment to a person or thing?
What is my explanation about it?
This person asked me to get that from you. Because this person asked me to get your comments on this because they are confused about it.
Sister, we always know how much we are attached to someone. Nobody outsider can tell us to whom we are attached and how much we are attached to them. We ourselves very well know how much we are attached to the people, how much we are obsessed by certain people, certain objects. Nobody can else sit on that judgment. Tell him to ask himself.
Yes, Father.
His conscience will tell him how much he is attached to others.
You've said before, or at least in the teachings, I know it's been said that if something leads us toward the Father, then it's good.
Yes.
And if it leads us away from the Father, then it's not. Would that be a good rule?
Naturally, it's a blessing if anything fills us with love and devotion, which forces us towards Him, whether it is pleasant or unpleasant, it's His blessing. Which take us away from Him, howsoever good you may think it, but that is not in our interest.
If you go around a person and you ordinarily go to satsang a lot, and you found that when you were around that person, you couldn't go to satsang, would you call that an attachment that is negative?
Well, I say he has himself to know. Nobody can say how much you are attached and whom you are attached. Nobody can sit on judgment. You know, even while being here, we may be attached 1,000 miles away with someone else.
Thank you, Father.
Yes.
Maharaji, today is the first anniversary of my initiation, for which I am so grateful. I wondered if I could celebrate it by asking you rather an esoteric question. In the book Dawn of Light, there is a long passage from Swamiji in which he describes the path from the eye center to Satchkhand. And over the second stage, he talks of crossing high hills and low hills and a plain and coming to a great fortress. And he says there, the pilgrim goes in and becomes the ruler of the fortress and the regions around. Is that a wrong translation, the word ruler, or can you explain it to us?
Ruler means that everything is at your command.
That surprises me so much because I don't feel like commanding, I feel like serving and following.
Anything is at your disposal. Then you dominate that. Mind doesn't dominate you anymore. You become the ruler of the mind. Mind is no more ruler of the soul. It's a way of expression.
Thank you very much.
Can you hear me?
Yes,
I read in a St. Matt book that somebody was sick in the hospital and was given 4 eggs to eat. And because of this eating of these 4 eggs, he had to come back onto this plane. Is the eating of eggs such a heavy sin?
you see, one incident has been explained by the great master. One particular incident has been explained by the great master. That somebody was dying, you must have read that. And his relations put some eggs in his mouth. And he said, my master has come and I was going. And now my master says whether it is your fault or not, but since the egg has been put in your mouth, so wait for another day or so. And account for that right here. And then I'll come and take you. That you must be referring to that incident. Am I right? Then what is the question?
Actually, I didn't remember that part of the story you were now referring to.
It is often narrated in Great Master Satsang. Besides that, I don't know anything about eggs in the mouth.
And may I ask another question?
Yes, please.
When one is taking drugs which are containing animal cells, are we allowed to do that? to take medical drugs containing animal cells?
Brother, if there is no substitute for that medicine, and you think it's very essential for your health, then you may. But that doesn't mean that you won't have to account for it. You may have to account for it.
Does it make any difference whether it is a homeopathic delusion or not?
Pardon?
Does it make any difference whether it is a homeopathic delusion of these animal cells?
Whether it is homeopathic or allopathic, it hardly makes any difference.
Thank you, Master.
Maharaji,
Yes.
is this correct? In the beginning, Dhyan works on imagination.
Yes.
Later on, it works on the Nirat.
Nirat, that's right.
Maharaji, now when we take your darshan, all these nice pictures of you go into the subconscious. Why is it so impossible to call them back when we sit in meditation?
Lack of love.
Can you help me with that, Master?
There is only one door which we knock and which helps us, and we should never hesitate to knock.
Maharaji, and in spiritual link, it is written that unless the Nirat develops ahead of the Surat, no real spiritual progress can happen. Is that correct?
What? Repeat it again.
Unless the Nirat develops ahead or first, before
You
the
see,
Surat.
Yes, I follow your point. Sometimes make progress with the light, some people make progress with the sound. Ultimately, sound and light becomes one. One shouldn't become conscious unnecessarily that I am hearing the sound and not seeing the light, or I am seeing the light and sound is I am not hearing the sound. So it's different with different people. Ultimately, they will both become one.
So whichever comes first, that's okay.
Perfectly okay.
Thank you, Maharaj.
Master, I have two questions. One about meditation.
About?
Meditation.
Yes.
In meditation, our consciousness leaves slowly the body, but sometimes while doing Simran and fighting with the mind, it happens in one moment that the whole consciousness will be in the eye center. Is this also a right way or is it wrong?
I'm not following your question.
Sometimes in meditation, the consciousness leaves slowly the feet and legs and so on.
Yeah.
But on other days, it is so that I'm fighting with my mind and do Simran, and in one moment the consciousness will be there.
Yes.
Is this a wrong way?
You see, every day is not the same. Some day the sun shines, other day there are so many clouds, third day it starts raining. All days are not same. Some day our mind is scattered, some day our mind is concentrated, some day there's worry in a house. There's problem we are confronted with here and there.
Mm-hmm.
So we differ in our meditation every day.
But it had not to be only every time slowly. No.
Yes, Simran is a very slow process.
Mm. And yesterday you spoke about love. Love gives only and wishes nothing. Is it already selfish if we like to be in the presence of whom we love?
Is it?
Already selfish if we like to be in the presence of whom we love.
I never said that we are selfish or not selfish. Lover always likes to be in the presence of a beloved.
Yes.
And nothing wrong about it.
Mm-hmm. But we often
You
wish
see,
to. Yeah.
but love is always better if it remains in discipline. If it goes beyond discipline, it can create damage also.
But
You see, if the river flows within the banks, it always helps. So many ways, navigation, irrigation. But when it starts flowing over the banks, it creates devastation. So love is better if it remains channeled in discipline.
And we often wish to sit near the Master, that we can see his eyes when he look at us. I think it's also selfish. But is there any difference in sitting in front or behind in receiving Master's grace? I think not, yes.
But we cannot be selfish at the cost of others.
Yes.
Others are also just like us.
It's the same for the people who sit so far away that they can see you only like a little point.
They should also be given chance. I don't know about here. In Delhi, we generally rotate them.
No, I thought about the Indian people sometimes in the big satsangs.
But they get so many chances, you see, in Dera. I sit in Seva, I sit in Miti Ki Seva, I sit in Mani Seva, I hold satsang in small groups. It's not always the big bandharas that I sit.
But there is a difference in sitting in front or behind.
There's absolutely no difference.
Yeah, that I would like to know.
There's no difference at all. It is the intensity of feeling and love and emotion within us that we are concerned.
Thank you.
Maharaji,
Yes, please.
I just want to tell you, I've wanted to tell you since I arrived that you look beautiful. I haven't seen you since 1979 at Dera, and you look wonderful. And your voice is so melodious at the Punjabi satsang. What do you say to them for an hour and a half?
Probably I'll talk bunkum.
But you don't.
I just talk sense here and there. I probably bore people.
No, but you talk to them longer than you talk to us. We never have an hour and a half satsang, but it's beautiful. We enjoy it.
Well, sister, many satsangs have been translated in verbatim. You can read them, you will know what we talk about. It is the same thing which I have to repeat practically every day. I can't bring a new philosophy every day. I can't bring a new teaching every day. No matter whose saint Shabad I may take, they are all harping on the same tune. I have to explain the same thing again and again, again and again, again and again.
Thank you.
Yet they are not tired of hearing and I am not tired of speaking. There seems to be some mutual agreement.
Master, can you hear me? Prior to this trip to India, I was unable to do Dhyan because I had never seen you. At present, I'm a little bit confused because I used to sit in the darkness and concentrate on Simran. And now, in trying to visualize you, I seem to lose track of Simran. I lose the concentration on Simran when I'm trying to visualize your form. Are they supposed to go? Is there a way that I should do it in order to be able to concentrate both on the words and on visualizing you?
You see, never try to concentrate on the words. How can you concentrate on the words? Words are just spoken to keep our mind 100% there.
Okay.
They have no form to contemplate.
So just say the words and try to visualize you.
You see, both faculties have to be occupied. Faculty to think and faculty to visualize. Faculty to think is occupied by Simran. Faculty to visualize is to be occupied by Dhyan.
Okay.
Unless both faculties are occupied, mind runs out.
Okay. Thank you.
Maharaji. I feel a little bit like a child asking for a fairy tale when I ask this question, but I've always wondered when the attention withdraws from the body and is able to concentrate on the radiant form of the Master in meditation, it has to be withdrawn from the body. And when we're living in the world, the attention has to be in the body. So I've always wondered if it's possible if it's possible to see both the radiant form and the physical form at the same time, and what that means when...
Sister, as you said, contemplating on the radiant form of the Master, you can only contemplate when you see the radiant form of the Master. First, you don't contemplate on the radiant form of the Master. You can only contemplate on the radiant form when you will see the radiant form within, not without seeing it.
No, that's why I said it's like a fairy tale, asking for a fairy tale, because I'm asking about something I don't understand very well. But once you've made that progress inside and you've established contact with your radiant form of the Master, and then you're living, then you've returned to the physical senses.
Then?
You know the sentence that says you'll see the Master in everything once you've contacted him inside. Does that mean you actually see the radiant form? Or is it you feel the presence of God and you feel the perfection of the world and the harmony of the spheres? Is that what is it?
You will feel the presence of the Master everywhere. You won't feel it you won't see it physically, but you will feel the presence of the Master everywhere.
Thank you. I see.
Sometimes you feel haunted by certain spirits. You don't see them. Yes.
Master, I have a question about Dhyan. In Dhyan, does one, when there is distortion of the Master's face or figure, is it okay to just take what you can get without getting too involved in the detail and then just allow it to come along?
Yes, just general face, don't try to particularize it. Don't try to go into detail. The object of Dhyan is just to hold your attention there. Actually, Dhyan will come when you will see the form within. This is just imagining the form of the Master so that we are able to hold our attention there.
Thank you.
Master, to your left, please.
Yes.
Yes. It seems that the disciple's love for the Master is never adequate, that the disciple can never love Master enough. And I was wondering if there's a point where that love is absolutely complete, where the longing ceases.
Sister, no lover is contented with his love, whether it is the love for the Master or whether it is a worldly love or whether it is a love to a mother. No lover is satisfied with the depth of his love.
Can we say that this goes on into infinity? Could we say that this may go on into infinity, into eternity?
Naturally, otherwise there is no satisfaction in love. He always wants more and more. There is no limit what a lover wants.
So when one merges into the Lord
he is
completely,
never satisfied with his love. He always feels that probably he needs much more than he is already giving.
and that is the case for one who has totally merged into the Lord?
It means the love is growing and growing. It's growing and growing. And though there can be no limit to its growth.
I see. Thank you. And I would
Why
like...
does the child say that we take a new birth? Because after a birth, child starts growing. It has to pass through so many phases before he becomes a man. Then he grows and grows to become full-fledged man. So similarly, we take birth. Then we spiritually grow and grow and grow and grow to become father.
So I guess my question is, when one does become the father, is that love complete?
Love
And
too?
is that love complete? And
What else is left?
yes,
When you don't exist, who's to feel?
yes,
You feel as long as you exist.
I see.
When you are not there, who's to exist? Who's to feel? You're no more.
I see. Thank you.
Yes.
Master? Is it true that when we look at another person and we see an action that maybe is a negative,
Pardon?
when we look at another person and we see negative things in their personality, is this a reflection of our own drawbacks in our own personality? Is this true? A reflection of ourselves?
You see, we always try to analyze others. Actually, one who analyzes, it is always his own background which is trying to analyze.
By the same token,
His own development, his own conditioned mind, which is analyzing the other.
so that he may or may not have that flaw.
We have our own limited judgment by which we judge others. That is why Christ said, "Judge not that ye be judged." We do not see, he said, probably beam in our own eyes, and we are always anxious to see beam in other people's, in our own eyes, we ignore it and see the mole in other people's eyes.
I was hoping to use this as a type of guide or judge on my own introspection so I can try to, if I'm even able to do it.
If we have to
pray.
judge, we should judge ourselves.
Right. Now, by the same token, if you see others and you see them in a more loving atmosphere, in a more positive atmosphere, is that also a reflection that you may be getting better yourself, or is that a trap that the ego may be saying, oh,
What
look
is
at
this? What is the necessity to judge others at all?
Well, actually,
There is the necessity to judge anybody.
I wasn't really thinking so much of judging them as it being a mirror of myself, because I know I have certain personality flaws that I want to correct, and so I'm trying to think of ways that I can do that, possibly as a reflection of other people coming to me. I can say, oh, I thought that person was egotistical. I should look at myself for even having that thought, and then say, I must work on that, or ask you to help me work on it.
Well, everybody has his own way of knowing oneself.
Thank you.
Master, my question is, I feel that it takes, I know that it takes so much strength to do what you want us to do, and it's your grace that gives us that strength. And sometimes I feel strong, and I feel like I'm really directed towards you. And other times I just feel so helpless. I just don't have the strength. And I know how much strength it takes, and my question is, how much is that in my power? How much do I have control over the strength I need to reach you?
Instead of analyzing that, how much is it within me and how much it is in the hand of the Father, we should do our best. Then leave it to the Father. We cannot draw a line, how much is in my hand and how much is in the hand of the Father. We can only do our best, sincerely, honestly. Then leave the result to the Father.
Okay, thank you.
Maharaji, in answers to questions about love, you've said that the only real love is love of the Creator. The question I have is there any way that we can use the loving feelings we have for our children, our wives, our husbands, parents, as stepping stones to a love of the Creator?
Brother, what I meant was that only true everlasting love is for the Father. Because love for the Father is always growing, and love for anyone else ultimately fades out and vanishes. But love for the Father always grows. You mean to say that how we can create that love in our children?
I meant how we could use the loving feelings that we feel as a bridge or a transition or a stepping stone toward the kind of love that we attain to towards the Creator.
No, but how have you involved the children in it? You are talking something about the children.
Yes, I mean the kind of loving feelings that we feel towards our children, towards our wives or our husbands and our parents.
That they shall also be affected by them?
That how can we use those feelings, that loving feelings, as a kind of bridge towards this greater love?
Well, brother, mind is same. Whether you put it towards your family member or you put it to the Father, you can't have so many minds. You can't say that you experience the love of the family members also, and at the same time you want to relish in the love of the Father. Mind is same. Either you put in love with the Father or you will put mind in love with the family people. Mind is same.
Thank you. Master?
Yes.
To your left. In Spiritual Gems, the great master, speaking of Simran, lays great emphasis on making the mind motionless. And I wondered, in my experience, I've found that my mind is not motionless, no matter how hard I try with the Simran. And I wondered, is there any extra attention that I should be giving, or in the way I'm doing the Simran, to make the mind motionless?
Extra Simran.
Okay, and another one. In Sarbachan, Swamiji Maharaj says that we should place all faith in the Master. And until we've seen the Master within, our faith is only hope.
That's right.
So we should just keep hoping.
You see, first, there is intellectual faith in our mind. Intellectual faith. Then, when our intellect is satisfied, then with the practice, we start having the experienced faith. And that faith nobody can shake.
And one more, if possible. In Spiritual Letters, the great master writing to his master says, obviously from one of his letters, you ask me to control your mind. Babaji writes to the great master, you ask me to control your mind, but the mind will only be controlled by the Shabad. But yet we need to control the mind to reach the Shabad.
You see, I gave example probably one of these days. If you want to put a dam to a river, you can put a dam to a river and dry the banks of the river, the main bank of the river. But that dam cannot stand for very long. When the water will be too much in the catchment area, the dam will also break and water will also flow above the banks and will create havoc. If after putting a dam, you made another channel for the water to flow, you dig another canal for the water to flow in different direction, the banks will always, of the main river, will always remain dry. So we have not only to withdraw our mind by Simran and Dhyan to the eye center, we have also to attach it to the Shabad and Naam within. If we only depend upon Simran and Dhyan, we are able to hold the attention for a pretty long time here at the eye center. But without the help of Shabad, it will not stay there. It will come back to this, to the senses with greater force, downward, unless its tendency becomes inward and upward. So, coming back to the eye center is a temporary concentration, temporary holding the mind at the eye center. Permanent holding the mind there will be when it is brought into the touch with the Shabad. Then when it gets into the taste of Shabad and Naam within, it tastes that nectar within, then the tendency of the mind is not downward and outward. Then its natural tendency becomes inward and upward.
I understand. Thank you.
Master,
Yes, sister.
about 17 years ago, I was initiated on another path with another master, but I have not been following that path for many years now. My question is, if I'm feeling drawn to you, is there any problem with being initiated on this path?
Sister, one doesn't get anything by running from one to another. Wherever you want to stay with your conviction. You have to make up your own mind what you want, and then give it a fair trial.
Thank you.
Maharaji,
Yes.
you've talked some about how not much is in our hand. When a satsang is faced with temptation, does he have a choice to choose good over evil?
Pardon?
Does he have a choice? Is it in his hand to choose good over evil when faced with temptation?
Sit with ego? Sorry.
When a satsang is faced with temptation, you've spoken about how not much is in our hand. Do we have a choice to choose good over evil?
Well, brother, when a general arms us, fully arms us to fight the enemy, have we then to ask the general, if the enemy comes before us, have we to fight or have we to surrender? What for does he arm us? To fight the enemy. When the opportunity comes, we are fully armed, we are fully equipped to fight the enemy. So we cannot ask then the general how to fight the enemy. We have been equipped to fight the enemy. We have temptation at every step in our life. And we have been armed to resist those temptations, to fight with our mind, to resist those temptations. We cannot just give way to them. We have to fight with our mind to resist them.
Thank you.
Master, I am a veterinary doctor. How do I advise my client about feeding their meat-eating pets? How do I advise my clients about feeding their meat-eating pets?
Meat-eating?
Eating pets.
Pets?
Pets.
What is that?
Cats.
Pets.
Maharaji, I'll read the question. I am a veterinary doctor, surgeon. How do I advise my clients about feeding their meat-eating pets?
Well, you have to do your duty as a surgeon, but you don't eat yourself. There are many pets which just live on vegetables and vegetarian foods also. This is we take it unnecessarily obligation on ourselves to feed them, to look after them, then to feel depressed with their miserable condition at their end. Why take unnecessarily burden on ourselves at all? We have enough, so many other things at our hand to look after. Why this another unnecessary burden on ourselves? These pets and cats and dogs.
Second question, Maharaji. How am I to deal with the of
No, with the question
of what?
of animals.
Okay, since he is a veterinary doctor, he's asking, how am I to deal with the castration of animals, as it is part of my work?
What they have to do? You have to put them to rest or what?
Il demande si tu dois les tuer.
Non, les castrer. Protéger les oiseaux ou les disciplines. Excuse-moi.
No, I do not have to kill them,
C'est une opération pour éviter la reproduction.
but he has to perform operations to prevent
Them from getting children?
yes.
Well, there's no harm in that.
Il n'y a pas de mal.
Pas de mal.
What stage is the soul capable of giving only and not taking or receiving? Maharaji, at what stage is the soul capable of giving only and not taking or receiving?
After beyond Tirukoti. When the mind is not there, and then the soul is pure, it is all love. It just believes in merging into the Shabad, surrendering to the Shabad.
Thank you.
Maharaji, tomorrow we have to take leave from you. And in this case, I have a request. Do you understand me?
Yes, please.
Yes. I have a request. Tomorrow we have to take leave from you. And I don't speak quite well English, so I take some words from Mirabai. It's all right?
You want to read some from
Yes.
Mirabai?
2 or 3 sentences. 2 or 3 sentences.
You can read it.
Oh, thank
with
you.
pleasure.
Do not go, O yogi. Pray, do not go. But if the master have to leave her, then Mira requests. The path of love is unfamiliar and intricate. Pray, put me on the lane of love that leads to thee. And before leaving, pray, match my flame into thy flame, O Master, Radha Swami.
Thank you, Bill. Thank you. I appreciate your love.
When a master has brought all his sheep to the Lord, does he have to come back? Or is he then staying with the Lord?
You see, all masters are waves of the same ocean. This Shabad is the master. It can come in any flesh. And then that flesh will be our master on the plane, on this plane. All waves are of the same ocean.
do we lose, or does a master lose his identity completely when he merges back into the Lord?
Who won't like to be father? Who won't like to be an ocean rather than a wave? And what is the difference between a wave and the ocean? There's no difference at all. It just arises from the ocean, merges back into the ocean. The roots are always in the ocean. Its roots are never separated from the ocean. It's part and parcel of the ocean. Even when they look separate from the Father, they are never separated from the Father at all. They are part of the Father. When Christ said, I and Father are one, it doesn't mean that we will become one. He said, we are one. You follow my point?
Yes. Thank you.
Maharaji, on the first 3 days of Punjabi satsang, I kept hearing a few sentences said over a few times in English. And whenever I hear that, it makes me feel that there's something special that I need to hear about that. So I'd like you, if you would, to speak briefly about the two sentences that I kept hearing. The first one was, though I have eyes, I see not, and though I have ears, I hear not. And the other one was, blessed are those who mourn, for they will be comforted.
Well, brother, as it's my habit, perhaps due to my past being a liar, whatever I say, I like to corroborate it by giving so many corroborations from different saints. First, having eyes ye see not, having ears ye hear not, this is to explain that divine melody, divine light within. Every mistake, every saint has tried to explain to us that sound, that light cannot be seen with these eyes, cannot be heard with these ears, and that cannot be written by these hands. So there are different eyes which see that light, there are different ears which hear that Shabad, hear that melody within. So I give quotation even from the Christ to confirm what I say. And I also give so many quotations from so many other mystics and saints. And that connection, I definitely quote Christ here and there. So similarly, I also quote Christ. The relationship of the soul and the Father is that of love. This relationship is not based on any religion, any caste, any creed. It's just based on love and devotion. Every soul has inclination towards the Father. It's a drop of the divine ocean. It is in love with that divine ocean. Unless it goes and merges back into that Father, it will never get peace. And those who are yearning to go back to Father, those who are full with love and devotion for the Father, only they are the blessed ones who will get peace ultimately when they will go back into the lap of the Father. Without that love and devotion within us, no matter whether we are Hindu or a Muslim or a Christian or a Sikh, nobody is entitled to go back to the Father. Nobody is going to bother there whether you were a Christian or whether you were a Sikh or a Hindu or a Muslim. Nobody will ask you these questions. There what is judged is our love, intensity of our love. our desire to go back to the Father, how much our inclination is to go back to the Father, how much we have been able to withdraw back from the senses, withdraw back from the riches of the world, withdraw back from this creation, and how much we are anxious to go back to the Father. That thing will be weighed there. Not our baptism will be seen there, not our religion will be considered there, what type of dress we used to wear, from which country we have come, what color we carried with us, what honorable degrees we had all through in our life. Nobody is going to bother about these things. All that count is that love and devotion for the Father. In that capacity, I do refer to Christ. He said, God is love. Similarly, I say, blessed are those who mourn, for they shall get comfort. This is, every mystic has said. Every saint has said the same thing again and again. Guru Nanak said, just as a wife, only that wife can please her husband who has two qualities in her. First thing, she has great love for her husband. Another thing, she doesn't do anything to offend her husband. She talks the language of her husband. She acts the language of her husband. She always does what pleases the husband. She never does anything which displeases the husband. And similarly, that soul can please the Father who is full with love and devotion for the Father, and who doesn't offend the Father with any excuse, always talks the language of the Father, and never acts in a way which can offend the Father, which can hurt the Father. So never hurts even his creation, lest he may be offended by our acts. And always does those actions which pleases the Father. That soul which adorns with these two qualities, only that soul will be entitled to go back to Father. Same quotation I give from Guru Nanak. From so many mistakes I quote, just to elaborate that particular point. Because in the modern time, we lay so much emphasis on our religion, whether you are a Hindu or a Sikh or a Muslim or a Christian. People think if I become Christian, then only I can be saved. They think if I become Muslim, then only I can be saved. So they are more worried about the conversion lists rather than fill us with any devotion and love for the Father. So I say these things won't count there in His court. All that counts there is love and devotion for the Father. These have only association with our body. All these religions are concerned with our body. So either our religion will be burnt along with the body, and our caste and our colors will just merge into the dirt. Nobody is going to bother about these things. Soul has no religion, soul has no color, no creed. It is a drop of that divine ocean. We have to let it grow in love and love and love and love, so that it may become one with the Father. The Lord has created humans. We have divided ourselves into so many religions, so many castes, so many creeds. And religion has become the base of so many countries, so many strifes, so many wars. And we have become bloodthirsty, cutting each other's throat. Religion is the cause for all that. How can these religions can take us back to the Father? The real thing which should be filled in us by the religion they have absolutely forgotten. We have closed our God into the brick and mortars, and every weekend we open the locks, we collect there, we talk about him for half an hour, collect money and come back home, satisfied that we have done our job as a member of that religion. These things are not going to count there. You don't have to search them into the bricks and the mortars and the water and the jungles. He's right within us. We have to search him within, nowhere outside at all. We don't need any place to search him. Lord has given us a complete temper to search him. That is generally the subject matter in which these references do come.
Thank you, Maharaji. I'd just like to lastly thank you so much for all the fantastic grace that you've given us and the wonderful Sevadars from Bombay, how we've just been pampered and everything's been
Well, brother,
fantastic.
I also agree with you, and I would also like to thank them. They are really wonderful, and everywhere Sevadar is really wonderful. As I said, perhaps in Delhi, that Babaji Maharaj and the great master has laid the foundation of Santmat on love and devotion and service, humility and bhajan simran. And Sevadars are carrying those high ideals with them. And they are strengthening those high ideals, and that is why we are all enjoying their hospitality here today. Not only you, even I am grateful for that.
Thank you, Maharaji.
I have another question about Dera. You give satsang every morning at Dera, 9:30, 10 o'clock, and where I live it's about a 12-hour time difference. If I were in bed and asleep at 10 o'clock at night, when you're giving satsang at Dera, is it possible for the soul to come to your satsang and have darshan, or is that only possible
Well,
when you reach
sister,
the ashram?
whatever reminds you of Dera should actually remind you of the atmosphere of Dera, which filled you love and devotion for the Father. And make use of that atmosphere of love and devotion and divert it to meditation.
So is it possible though for the soul to actually go to Dera and to be there?
I mean, you can't go to Dera by sitting in New York or in anywhere in America, but your mind can be there. Mind can project in so many ways and in a very fast speed.
And isn't
Nobody
that,
can meet the speed of mind.
but that's just the imagination. You're using the
Of
imagination.
course, it is imagination, no doubt.
Mm. And that directs the mind upwards.
Whatever it is, you know best, but
Yeah.
it is the mind.
Thank you.
Maharaji, last year you very kindly told me that I should not bother about some 5 old problems that I had. It's due to my spiritual background. And I now wonder if you can give me some more help and some kind help to grow through all these problems and make me grow more in love and devotion for you and the Father.
Well, brother, Lord is there within every one of us, and you know the Lord to knock. So don't hesitate to knock. He's always there to help us.
Maharaji, my son will be school age soon. If I can arrange it, is it preferable to send him to a school run by vegetarians where there's a number of other vegetarian children?
Well, it is for the parents to decide, brother. You know your circumstances, and it is for the parents to decide.
Thank you.
Maharaji?
Yes, please, yes.
Can you hear me?
I can.
In Dion, I want to be able to do Dion very much, and I have a problem in that I see a lot of different images of you. It's never, rarely the same. Your face looks different. And they're all beautiful, and it's hard for me to choose the one that I want to focus on the most. So what can I do?
Sister, as so many times discussed, we should not synchronize our dhyan with the outside activities of the master.
Right.
We should just try to visualize the face only.
But the face is always different. Is that all right?
Any face will be all right.
Okay, thank you, Radha-san.
Yes, sister, yes, please, please.
In Spiritual Gems, it is written, no external circumstances can prevent the progress of the soul. Of how much importance is the outward atmosphere for our spiritual progress?
Sister, definitely outside atmosphere does affect us in our spiritual progress. Because we are always affected by the atmosphere we live in. It definitely affects us.
Maharaji, I know a lot of us like to pretend that the Master is with us through our daily activities when we've gone so far away from his physical form. Is it advisable through the day to practice this habit of imagining the Master is walking beside us or sitting near us or eating with us? Or would it be better to try and cut out all this physical world and just concentrate on the Simran within?
Whatever it suits you, sister. You can't analyze these things. It differs with different people, with individuals.
Master, can you hear me? Is it possible to work off karma before initiation?
How would you work out with karma before initiation?
I don't know. I just seem to have been paying for things through my
Only
life.
by meditation we can clear them, not before.
Thank you.